Okay, so we know it's made up of a cylinder, which is this part, and a hemisphere, which we just discussed, is half of a sphere. So we would take the volume of a sphere, and we would take the answer and divide it by 2, right, to find half of something.
Why did I think of that?
Its volume can be determined using the following formula, in which R is the radius and H is the height of the cylinder. Determine the volume of the figure. So in this question, they actually give you the formula. You don't even need to use your formula sheet. You don't need to calculate half. You just need to plug it in and calculate it, okay? So to look at the formula, we have, what variables do you see in this formula that we need to replace? We see an R, and what else do we see? An H, okay? So I want you to write down, what is the radius? We need to replace R in the formula. So look at the diagram. Where can I find the radius? What is the value of the radius? JC? Right here, good. 3 meters. Then we need to know the height, because I need to plug that into my formula. So looking at the diagram, where is the height? 12 meters. So what we're going to do is, I'm going to do this on the separate page. You're going to write down the formula, and we're just going to replace each variable with the value of it, okay? The question said, determine the volume of the figure. We showed our work on the other page. So final sentence, the volume of the figure is, what was the answer? 0.64 meters cubed. And that will give you a code 40. You show all your steps, you label the dimensions, figure out what's the radius, what's the height. It's all given to you. All you had to do was plug it into the formula. They gave you the formula in this question. Okay, so now I'm going to replace, I'm going to leave 2. Instead of writing pi, what number can I put? Times 3.14. What's the radius? 3, right? But it's 3 to the power of 3, so how many times do I write the radius? 3 times. Plus,
Pi.
oh, and this is divided by 3, sorry. Plus pi, what number am I going to replace that with? And then radius squared, how many times do I write the radius?
Twice.
Okay, was the radius 3? And then the height is 12. Is 2 times 3.14 times 3 times 3 times 3. Someone tell me what that answer is. 2 times 3.14 times 3 times 3 times 3 is 169.56 divided by 3 plus, let's do that in a second. What's 3.14 times 3 times 3 times 12? What was it? 339.12. Okay, but we have to do this, so 169.56 divided by 3. What's the answer to that? 56.52. That's what the answer should have been, okay, guys? Plus 339.12. What is the total volume of this figure? Yep. 395.64. What's the unit? Shh. Meters cubed, because it's volume, okay? This is the correct answer. The total volume, let's go back to the question.